Hey y'all, so I'm back. We're going to talk about how to set your room up for detent. We're going to talk about how to set up a room for a tabletop procedure for like your extremities, small body parts, hands, feet, ankles, elbows, things like that. But then I'll show you when we need to use both the table bucky and the wall bucky. Both of these are the same thing, they're just in different positions, but there's a little grid that's going to be in between the image receptor and the x-ray tube, and that's going to help clean up some scatter, and we'll get to that. We usually start using buckies when we get into 10 centimeter or bigger body parts, which is going to be like the humerus, shoulder, obviously all of this. And then when we talk about the legs, usually the knee is the make or break point. Some people do knees in the table. I do personally because I think it's better for patient care. And some people do them tabletop. So right now, if you all are first semester students, you're probably learning tabletop procedures. In which case, all of this stuff that I just talked to you about with detent does not apply to you. You don't need to worry about it. The only thing you need to worry about if you're doing tabletop is to make sure that your SID is at 40 inches. Okay, I really like this room because this room is color coded. So it literally tells me when I look up at the ceiling what I need to change if I need to change something. So like if I need to change my vertical up and down, see how I have blue here? So that goes up and then that's at 40 and that's beautiful. Remember 40 inches is 100 centimeters in case you have like Phillips or something. Orange is transverse, that's gonna be in and out. That'll be important when we get to the detent. And then green is longitudinal, which eventually when you guys learn chest x-rays, ooh, that's loud, and shoulder x-rays and stuff like that, you'll learn how to get this in and out to be able to go to the wall bucky. So I'm at 40 inches. Usually your tube should have a tape measure somewhere along the way on here. So this one is measuring out at 40 inches, right? If you ever need to double check. But what's interesting is if you notice on the tape measure, notice how it doesn't start at 0, it actually starts at like 9. Reason being is because this tape measure, if you notice, is right here by the collimator. However, don't forget the x-ray tube is up here. So the difference between here and here, as you can imagine, is about 9-10 inches, right? So that's why it doesn't start at 0. So we are at 40 inches. Now when I'm taking my x-ray, notice that right now my collimated light is way over here on the side of the cassette. When we were on film screen and even CR a little bit, but not really, we could take the picture anywhere and it didn't really matter. But now we really care about how it's processed, and so we don't have histogram analysis errors. It's really important to make sure that this is perfectly aligned to the middle of the cassette. Part of the reason too is because the x-ray beam comes out in a triangle shape. So I want my anatomy of interest to be right underneath the straight part of the beam. So tabletop, the key things to look for are that 40-inch SID. You do not need to worry about anything else on the tube, and then just making sure that your central ray is aligned to the middle of the cassette. You can either move your cassette around to be where it's supposed to be, right? Or if the cassette's in the wrong place, you can always move your tube around. Just be careful not to lose your 40 inches when you do that.